Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Robbie Kenobi, and as everybody knows by now, Roman Reigns got suspended for 30 days on Tuesday as a result of his first violation of the WWE Talent Wellness Policy. And of course, Roman was supposed to compete in the triple threat main event for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at Battleground 2016 at the Battleground pay-per-view, excuse me. It was supposed to be Dean Ambrose defending his World Heavyweight Championship against Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns in a triple threat match. So we're finally going to get the Shield triple threat match. Well, of course, now with Roman getting suspended for 30 days, there's question about whether or not the Shield triple threat match will still happen at Battleground. I was originally going to make a video about Roman's suspension, a very brief video, just sharing my thoughts, but pretty much everybody has already made a video on that topic. So I decided to do something different. I decided to talk about the possibilities of different main events for Battleground 2016 because, like my friend James said on his channel WAPW, if Roman is going to be suspended for 30 days. He will not return until just days before Battleground. And how can you promote a triple threat match with only 2/3 of the competitors on TV? Roman Reigns is not a Brock Lesnar where Brock can make 1 or 2 appearances and then you have Paul Heyman promoting the match for the majority of the time period building up to it. You know what I mean? Like, Heyman can do all the promotion. Brock can make 1 or 2, maybe 3 little appearances. But in this situation, Roman Reigns is not a Brock Lesnar. He has to be on every show pretty much to help promote this triple threat match. And, my friend Daniel Geiser put it best when we were talking last night before we went on the air with our draft video, how we would book the draft. And he said if Roman is still kept in the main event, that pretty much says that you can get away with failing the wellness policy and yet still be rewarded with a title match like that. And I agree with him. I don't think I give Roman kudos and props for admitting for taking to Twitter and apologizing to his family, his friends, his fans for, violating the wellness policy. He owned up to his mistake. He made no excuses. So I definitely give him a ton of kudos for that. But I agree that Roman should not be in the main event. How do you do a triple threat with only 2/3 of the competitors there? I already said why Roman has to be a part of the bill. So I started thinking, well, what can WWE do as a main event? I don't know what's scheduled for SmackDown tonight. I haven't read the spoilers. I plan on watching SmackDown tonight, but it's not a guarantee. I'm interested in seeing if they even address on the show Roman's suspension, because I do think they should address it. But knowing WWE, they won't even mention it. They may just sweep it under the rug. But, I mean, it's out there that one of their top stars got suspended for violating the talent wellness policy. So this video is I'm basically going to share with you 2 ideas I have. Well, mainly one idea based on the title of what WWE can do as a new main event for Battleground. Now, obviously, with Roman out of the picture, you can do Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. It has a story. Seth won the title from Roman at Money in the Bank on Sunday night. Dean Ambrose won Money in the Bank earlier. He cashed in Money in the Bank and beat Rollins to become the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Rollins is incensed. He feels that that title was stolen from him, and it keeps their feud going because they've been feuding for about 2 years. And I think, like Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins are destined to pretty much fight forever. But then I started thinking we could do a fatal 4-way at Battleground, because doing a fatal 4-way would ultimately put more emphasis, the way I want to say it is this: by doing a fatal 4-way at Battleground, you don't have to go immediately into rematches, because, the Shield triple threat, when it was first announced, I was thinking, okay, if they're doing this triple threat at SummerSlam, we better be getting something big like Rollins versus Ambrose in a no-holds-barred match for the title at SummerSlam. Well, now with Roman suspended and that triple threat possibly up in the air, why not do a fatal 4-way? You could do Dean Ambrose defending the WWE World Heavyweight Championship against Seth Rollins, AJ Styles, and John Cena. You take two major feuds, combine them into one major match, and then based on how everything plays out in the Battleground main event, you ultimately can set the stage for two major SummerSlam main events. You know, WWE is most likely not going to do this, but if they did, it would be awesome. I mean, let me pitch to you the whole idea that I had. Why I think the Battleground 2016 main event should now be a fatal four-way is, like I said, you take two major main events, you combine them together for this big main event that ultimately sets the stage for two major main events at SummerSlam. Because rather than doing the Shield triple threat at Battleground and then Styles versus Cena 2 at Battleground as well, you can ultimately build to them. And I already know how you could, like, I already had a bunch of different scenarios in my head for like the build to this match, how it plays out, and it's an exciting, you know, idea. It's an exciting concept. Think about it. You have Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. They don't like each other. They've been feuding, like I said, for 2 years. Ambrose finally got the WWE Heavyweight Championship at Rollins' expense. On the other hand, you have John Cena and AJ Styles, who are in their feud. And of course, AJ Styles beat John Cena by hook or crook at Money in the Bank with the assistance of the club. So with Roman pretty much out of the equation until 2-3 days before Battleground, you could have Seth Rollins come out and he can stake claim to the #1 contendership because Roman got suspended, Roman screwed up. Seth is a clean person. You know, Seth can go out there if he wants to say he's a clean person, whatever. He can do that. He can stake his claim at #1 contendership and go after and say that he deserves his rightful rematch with Dean Ambrose. You can also have AJ Styles come out, and AJ can come out and say, well, you know what, Seth, you did win the WWE World Heavyweight Championship on Sunday night, but guess what? You didn't leave with a championship because that guy right there took it from you. He cashed in, and he's the new champ. I, on the other hand, I beat the face that runs the place, John Cena. So if anybody deserves a shot at that World Heavyweight Championship, and if anybody deserves a spot in this title match, it should be me. And then you can have John Cena come out. John Cena can stake his claim and continue to, you know, call out AJ for not being the man that he said he was and signing the contract to not have the club interfere, and the club still interfered. And then you can have Shane O'Mac come out. Now, obviously, everything I'm saying will be on Raw because I don't know exactly what they're going to do on SmackDown with this situation. But just picture this whole thing on Raw. Picture this moment. You have Ambrose, Rollins, Cena, Styles in the ring. You know, the three guys, three of them are staking their claim at the championship. Out comes Shane O'Mac. Shane O'Mac has this brilliant idea. He's going to shake things up a little bit. He's heard AJ's claim. He's heard Rollins' claim. He's heard Cena's claim. So he comes out and says this. Seth Rollins is still entitled to a title shot at Battleground. But here's what he's going to do. He's going to book a match. Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins versus John Cena and AJ Styles. An unusual bedfellows kind of tag team match. If AJ Styles and John Cena win, they're inserted into the championship match. It becomes a fatal four-way. If Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose win, it stays a singles match between those two for the championship. And then what happens? AJ and Cena win. Like, Cena does all the work. AJ takes the pin. They win the match. They're inserted into the fatal four-way at Battleground 2016. Then you come to the match. You let them duke it out for like 17, 18 minutes. Just crazy back and forth action throughout the match. Towards the end, you have the club come out. When it appears that Cena's going to win, you have Cena like hit an AA on AJ Styles. The club comes out. They start attacking Cena. Cena fends him off. He goes after AJ. They end up brawling in the crowd. So right there, you've set the stage. You've planted seeds for the Cena Styles rematch right there. The club getting involved again, costing Cena his shot at the WWE World Heavyweight Championship towards the end of the match. Then towards the end, you have Ambrose and Rollins duke it out, and then out of nowhere comes Roman Reigns, because by the time Battleground happens, his suspension will be up. Roman comes out, lays both guys out, lays the referee out, just decimates everybody that's in the ring and anybody in his way. He grabs the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. He stands over both guys with the title held high. And then, you know what? To put some real heel heat on him, have him just walk out with the championship. And you can have him come out the next night after Battleground and say he's frustrated. He's sick and tired of getting screwed over by those he once considered friends. He's sick and tired of all the politics and whatnot. He's going to start doing things for himself. And right there and then is the perfect chance to pull the trigger and turn Roman Reigns heel. A fatal four-way at Battleground has so much potential. Not only would it be a great match, but like I said, it would ultimately help build to two bigger matches at SummerSlam. Because until Roman got suspended, I really wanted the Shield triple threat match at SummerSlam. I mean, could you imagine the Shield taking over Brooklyn in a triple threat match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship? That would have been huge. And then AJ and Cena didn't have to be an immediate rematch. You could take a month off and do like a filler match. Maybe AJ Styles in the club versus John Cena and two partners of his choosing, be it the New Day, I don't know, Randy Orton if he returns in time, Finn Balor if he makes his debut in time. Like before Roman got suspended, that's what I was thinking about. You could do like a filler match because you don't have to immediately go into a rematch. But knowing WWE, they'll do the rematch and Cena will get his win back. Then they'll do a rematch at SummerSlam, and who knows if Cena's gonna leave and lose that. Who knows if AJ will even walk out the victor. But that's what I was thinking. A fatal four-way. Just like if they did at Extreme Rules. They took the Cesaro Miz feud, the Kevin Owens Sami Zayn feud, combined it. Was a hell of a match. You know, one of the best matches of the year, undoubtedly. The best Intercontinental Championship match I've seen in recent years. And look what it's done. Cesaro and the Miz, their feuds continued a little bit, but look at what it's done with Owens and Zayn. They're still going at it because those guys are destined to fight forever. Here, you do the same thing. You take the Rollins-Ambrose feud, the Cena-AJ feud, combine them into this match, and you can keep those feuds going into SummerSlam. And the match itself will be awesome. I mean, just think about it. The one spot I keep visualizing in my head is this. John Cena hoisting Seth Rollins and AJ Styles up on his shoulders for a massive AA. AJ getting off, AJ landing on his feet, Rollins like elbowing Cena to counter, and AJ hitting both of them with a double Pele at the same time. That'd be freaking insane. But yeah, I mean, you don't have to immediately go into a rematch at Battleground. You can do the fatal four-way. You can have the club interfere. Cena can fight him off, go after AJ. They can fight in the club, brawl around the arena. In the meantime, while Ambrose and Rollins are in the ring, Reigns returns, lays them out, lays out the referee. Match ends in a no contest, and there you go. You don't have a decisive winner. Roman has pretty much stolen championship, and then at SummerSlam, it could be like a no-holds-barred triple threat match, and they just beat the crap out of each other until a definitive winner is crowned. The reason I don't have AJ and Cena in the ring is because they don't have to get involved in a Shield triple threat match because it's called the Shield triple threat for a reason. AJ and Cena have their feud going on. You have the club interfere. Cena fends them off. Cena goes after AJ. That distracts Cena from the actual match. He fails to win the championship, and he goes after the club, and he says that he'll take them down one by one or whatever. But I just think WWE is going to either do Rollins and Ambrose, or they'll still do the triple threat match, which I think sends a negative message to your locker room if you do that. But I think it'd be awesome if they did a fatal four-way at Battleground, because, like I said, two main feuds, you intertwine them in a major match like this, and they ultimately can plant the seeds for two major main event matches at SummerSlam. Styles AJ 2, Styles Cena 2, excuse me, I'm getting my words confused. Styles versus Cena 2 and the Shield triple threat, those are SummerSlam caliber main events. Save those for SummerSlam. Don't waste them on Battleground. Battleground to me has always been like a filler pay-per-view. At Battleground, do the fatal four-way, have a hell of a match for 20 minutes, have the ending where Roman comes out and lays everybody out. He turns heel. He declares himself champion. He declares his contention for the title. And then the Shield just go at it. They implode again. They beat the hell out of each other. You could do a no-holds-barred match at SummerSlam, which would be freaking awesome. I don't know, guys, why I'm not booking for WWE. I could probably book a lot better stuff on the main roster than what's been booked. And there has been some good stuff booked, but I'm talking about, like, look at this. I could book a main event big time. Just look at that. I mean, you guys let me know what you think down below about Battleground, the Battleground main event possibly becoming a fatal four-way. I think if WWE's watching this video, they should check this out. They should definitely check this video out. I think a SummerSlam, a fatal four-way at Battleground, setting up two major main events at SummerSlam would be huge. The fans would love it. And, You'd have great storyline continuity, great, continuation of two great feuds. It has money written over this, all over it, this fatal four-way. We'll see what happens. WWE may just, end up doing the triple threat, but I honestly think that a fatal four-way at Battleground is where the money's at. And then you set the stage for SummerSlam, and you have two huge, significant matches set that we haven't seen before. That we're not doing 50 million times. We're not doing the immediate rematches on Battleground. Let's do it at SummerSlam. Save it for SummerSlam. So that'll do it for this video, guys. Let me know down below what you think of a potential fatal four-way at Battleground for the WWE Heavyweight Championship. If you haven't made a video, let me know what you think about Roman's suspension. Where, do you think WWE will still do the triple threat at Battleground, or do Rollins versus Ambrose? If they do Rollins versus Ambrose, I'm fine with that. But, either way, I think Roman interfering and decimating the ref and Rollins and Ambrose and walking out with the championship is a great way to ultimately set the stage for the fatal four-way. And then the interference from the club further adds fuel to the fire between Cena and AJ, and that just, forces AJ to, or forces Cena to call out AJ, call him out, and call him out and say pretty much, you can't beat me unless you have the club. So it's time for you. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna man up, or you're gonna hide behind him. So lots of great potential with a fatal four-way to ultimately build up to SummerSlam. So like I said, guys, leave your comments down below. Tell me what you think of all my ideas. Tell me what you think about Roman suspension if you haven't done a video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video with your friends. Thank you all for watching and listening. It's Rob Kenobi signing off. I'll see you all later. Have a nice afternoon.